first make sure you have the content word in your mind. The content word, it can either be the action, whatever you are talking about, or any word from the fact. Yes. Hello, how are you doing today? What's up?
Everything is fine here, and also I'm very busy to decorate Kali Puja, especially. So, and how are
Huh?
you?
Okay. I'm doing well, and you already know what day it is today. Well,
Yeah,
we do call it Chote Diwali,
Total Diwali.
and I would like to know about the Kali Puja because it's been a while. I was reading about it, and it was something M Mahakalika Jayanti.
Yeah. That's right. And it is like worshipped during Amavasya, during this Amavasya night.
Okay. So could you tell me a little bit about the story behind it? Like which demon it was?
Actually, I I really don't know like
Hmm.
what's the exact story, but I think that in this day, maybe like maybe Rakto Beach.
Okay, it was Rakta Beach. Hmm.
Was
Because recently it's been this, since this Navratri, I had fast for 9 days and I became really interested in Shakti Puja and all. So I was really searching about like, there are various manifestations of Ma Durga, and
yeah.
the most popular Raktabis, I heard about Mahisasur and
Mahisha
Shumba Nishumb, and
combination,
there
yes.
was one more. Mm, okay, that wasn't for a demon. It was for a rishi, uh, whom name it took, and the form is called Matangi.
Okay. Mm,
Matangi and Dhumavati.
Tumavati. Okay, Tumavati. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah, you
so
know a lot of
like
things.
I have to study a lot, to be honest. It's just like the initial reading of that specific scriptures. When you talk about the Shakti Puja, you have tons of the books. Like for one manifestation, there are literally more than two or three versions written by different authors of that era. Anyways, so it's gonna take me 1 year. Anyways, okay, let's go ahead with our session. As you know, we have a topic for today's session. It is books. If you want to talk about it, let's go ahead. If you don't, we can have the random chit chat as well.
Yeah, we can go ahead. The about I'm just interested to know what is going in your life, and like after all, I think that
Mhm.
maybe 6 months after we are meeting
I'm not
again.
really sure. I'm not keeping tabs on that. Like when I met this and that person, because when you're working from your home and along with like your studies, things are just too much congested. You don't have time to look for, okay, this day is today, every day is like Sunday. You have to get up, you have to work, either you study, either you teach. That kind of schedule I have. So I'm like quite unaware about like what's date it's 11th of November. Okay,
Actually, it happened.
thanks.
Me
Hmm.
also. Like I forget like dates, even
Mhm.
uh, day. What is the day today? Sometimes.
It does happen, especially if you are working from home. If you have
Yeah.
nothing to do with the dates, when every day you have the same the schedule, like you don't get off. And people like me, I'm busy mostly on the weekdays. Like other people will have time on Monday to Friday. Like I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, it's weekend for me. It's the work day as usual. Kind of double because I have to revise whatever I studied in these 5 days, and
Okay.
along with taking sessions here. So double work.
Yeah.
What kind of schedule you have on your weekends? I wanna ask about it.
Uh, Actually, like in weekend, I get more time to study because also I'm preparing for common exams. So that's the
Mhm.
reason I'm very busy at the weekend.
Mhm.
And on the other day, as usual, I'm doing official stuff. I have to go to
Mhm.
office and do office stuff, as well as sometimes I hardly manage 3 hours to study at night for
When
preparation.
was the last time you went for hanging out? Like it might be a movie with your friends or somewhere else. When was the last time
Yeah,
you really went outside to enjoy the weekend?
during Durga Puja.
Okay, that's be. It was in October. You are
Hmm.
not that much far away. Like if you
Yeah.
compare yourself with me, it's been 3 months. I haven't gone anywhere. You
Oh
are way
wow.
better. Yeah, because things were quite troublesome here. We got the whitewash in the whole house, and I needed to like it wasn't my work, but you need to take care of it somehow. You have to make sure the guys are doing good, and
Yeah,
if
yeah,
there
yeah.
is anything needed, you have to just go to the market, buy that stuff, and after that there comes the big cleaning issue. You had to
Oh,
scratch it out from the tires and make sure like there are no what do you call it there is specific type of paint. I guess it is called acrylic paint.
acrylic
You
paint. Yes, yes.
Yeah, you cannot remove it with clothes. You cannot remove it like just dipping cloth in water. It won't get removed easily. Either you need a thinner or there is some kind of specific oil. So that thing takes time,
Okay.
and the disgusting about it, the smell. I absolutely hate it.
And also sound,
So,
like sound.
sound wasn't that much because when there is one guy painting your room, you can sit in another room. So that thing can be managed, but you cannot manage the smell. It's going to be everywhere, no matter wherever you sit. So
Yeah, yeah.
that was the
Like
issue with me. Okay. Let's take a few questions from the topic as well, and
yeah,
along with that, I will take a few questions from the this day itself. We can discuss about a little bit significance of Diwali after all.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Do you burn crackers?
Burn. I
Crackers,
watch
firecrackers.
firecrackers. Yeah, like soundless. I mean, not
Soundless. What do you call it?
soundless crack.
Fulgari?
Fulgari and Turkey.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Okay, chakri, the round one.
Chakri.
Discuss.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
also I have to watch
Mm-hmm.
other like other lighting up diyas, and also sometimes other
Hmm.
using fire.
Hmm. Okay. Tell me something which you really like about this festival. What is the
Uh,
most interesting and, you know, like kind of mesmerizing part of this very festival?
I think that it's the celebration of light. We can say it's a light, the festive of lights, a lot of lights.
Hmm.
So I think that we all decorate
Hmm.
lights, tiny lights, and like to decorate our houses. And
Hmm.
this is the most interesting thing I can say about that. This is the festival of lights. So we celebrate
Hmm.
lighting up all the things when
All right.
using fire.
I got one question for you.
Yeah, yeah.
We celebrate festival, it's a sort of tradition, part of culture. But let's say apart from that, if you are involved into a certain activity, let's say it's the annual one time you can celebrate, twice you can celebrate, there must be something which is letting you to stick to that specific date. Whenever it comes, there will be certain aura around you, the sort of environment it will make. So what do you think, why do people celebrate festival even if a lot of people are not really religious, they are following things just for following sake, they don't even know the
Mm.
significance, still they celebrate it? Well, why?
Uh, think like is a expression of happiness, joy. So and the people, there is no variation, there is no deviation in this during this festival. So we are all to get together, and sometimes uh,
Mhm.
the main thing is that is there is no variation, like there is no upper class, middle class, upper class. So they just
Mhm.
want to celebrate, they just want to express their happiness, their
Mhm.
joy, and they also
Mhm.
spread love with each other. So that's the interesting thing. And festivals, I can say festival can unite us. As a Bengali person, I love to celebrate Durga Puja, and it is almost 5 days long. So it is really interesting, and we are really waiting for that puja, for that season for a year.
True that the Bengal region is protected by this deity, Ma Durga, just because she is worshipped in a as a like different level if you compare it with the northern India and southern India.
Uh, uh, Actually, it's a strong belief among us, and yes, I do agree that there is some energy. I do believe the energy, the power of energy, and the resonance of energy. But is a actually is a strong belief that we, and also like is a uh, celebration of happiness, celebration of uh, thinking all the things like they are. So that's the expression of that's the theme of puja, actually, theme of celebration.
Okay, so it's more like the belief of person instead of going into that mythology. Anyways,
That's
so
I used to read Durja Datta's books, even, and also Sudha Maruti's books,
mhm.
but those are very famous book, and I used to read. But nowadays, there is really no time to read, as I'm preparing for my exam. So in this, in my free time, I used to read, or I used to study. You can say rather.
Okay, your voice was breaking for a moment, but now it seems fine. So, is it okay, the connection? Can you
It's
hear me well? All right. So, tell me, do you think that the internet will eventually make books disappear? From because as we can see nowadays, it's like more of the ebooks. People are changing after the what do you call it? The audiobooks and podcast. So, are the hard copied one, the literal books are going to disappear?
Yes, yes, I can say it has really impacted a lot, in
Mm-hmm.
especially because people uh, nowadays people find which is more available and which is easy to use, easy to access.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that internet and also mobile PDF and
Mm-hmm.
ebooks are very available, and just it is in your hand when you want to read,
Mm-hmm.
and you do not need to carry out or carry something, some hard books. So
Exactly.
that's the main reason that people are switching themselves to the ebooks. But yes, but I prefer hard copies. When I
Okay.
got some like ebooks for
Mm-hmm.
my study, then
Mm-hmm.
want to I always want to print it out.
Mm-hmm. So considering that getting a hard copy is not so cost effective because you need to pay a lot if you compare it with the ebooks, is it worth of buying a hard copy instead of going for an ebook?
Like it depends on you. Uh, like I prefer studying like with the hard copies. So that's the reason I spend some money for printing out.
Mhm. Which you are going to state in your sentence. So before speaking the sentence, that very specific word, I call it content word specifically.
Content
This is
word.
not the definition where you will find in any book. You can just give it any name. I call it content word. It should be in your mind before you start speaking the first word of your sentence. Okay?
Okay.
It
Yeah.
can be a verb, any action word, which is literally the verb, or it can be a word from the fact, which you are going to state.
Really nice to meet you after a long time, and
Yeah, it's nice to meet you too.
and
So we time to wind it up. So
happy Diwali in advance, and
happy Diwali, you
thank
too, to your family. May you have a life full of happiness and prosperity.
you much.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
See ya.